Hey guys, Stefan Fischer here from All Off Road. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'd like to share a little video from around 3 weeks ago where we've been in the Watagans. In our group we had Adrian in the Hilux, we had John in the Hilux, we had Curdy in the Nissan Patrol, it was his trip. We had Dave in the Jeep JK, Steve in the Defender 110 and myself in the Jeep JK. It was a reasonably eventful trip and we had quite a few things happening. So first of all, find out why there was a police in the Watagans. Then we had open bonnets on the Toyota. We had leaking swivel hubs on the Defender. We had a little bit of panel damage and quite some interesting tracks. We had some deep mud, we had some water in vehicles, so make sure to watch the whole video. If you enjoy my videos and the stuff I'm doing, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and if you can afford, maybe even support me on Patreon, which would really help me a lot to make these videos. I'm off to Fraser now, so there is some awesome stuff coming from there, but first a bit more technical driving. Oh, you got your new phone, John? Another play day out. We in the Watagans here at Drury Lane. It rained a few days ago, so it's still a bit wet, and Drury Lane, the best of the time, never really gets dry. It probably would have been dry after all that drought, but yeah, it is certainly wet again. It's a pretty nasty puddle at the end, which I think there's a track around it now. Yeah, last time I drove that is quite some time ago, and Defender there killed his radiator, and yeah, it's very muddy, but otherwise so far it's good. We managed to get around the big puddles, so should be good. Good, Curdy. Don't splatter him. This used to be the main obstacle, Drury Lane. Doesn't look too bad, but yes, and much longer, nearly double as long, huh? Adrian in his Hilux with the front and rear Harrow Eden e-locker was the only one game enough to go through there. It showed quite well the disadvantages of the e-locker because he could not make it through in the first go. So he needed to reverse and then come forward again, reverse, come forward again. And every time after reversing, when coming forward, the locker would not re-engage. And that really, in this case, stuffed the drive for him and prevented him from driving through that. So let's have a look. While the design of the e-locker always means it disengages and re-engages if you change direction, Adrian only had issues with that locker. It's already the second time replaced, and I believe he also paid for a repair of $1,000, and still it takes far longer than it should to re-engage.
There's no drive! Front locker!
You could clearly see here that the locker didn't engage as there was no drive to the driver's side.
Okay. So locker is on.
Now after again driving forward, it finally engages. But the problem is, when Adrian reverses back now, it disengages again.
Is that an e-locker? That's a good example then. Yeah, it's off. Yeah. It's a usual e-locker thing, but yeah, no locker. Re-engage at all, as you can see here, front rear.
While theoretically the e-locker should re-engage with any turn of the wheel, we have seen on a few occasions, especially on very slippery terrain, where that doesn't seem to happen. I can't really explain why that is so. As Adrian couldn't get the locker working when he needed it, we put a tow strap on the rear and gently towed him out.
Right, door! Door! Yeah, it's probably the first time I had the KM3 in so much mud here after Drury Lane. Even though I go around the big puddles, because I really don't like mud, there's quite a few which you just can't avoid. And so far the self-cleaning ability has been pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that.
A quick comparison between Dave's Goodyear Wrangler MT Kevlar and my BFG KM3s.
Not too much different, to be honest.
Not great.
No. Yeah, I don't think.
I was trying to
Spin it. Same here, yeah. No, I say they clean slightly better, huh? Or what do you reckon?
Like so often, if you watch it on the video, it looks actually pretty tame. However, the track has a reasonably steep incline, it is a little bit moist and has a clay surface. On top of that, you then have to climb this rock step, and that can be a bit more tricky than it looks.
Doesn't look like that much, but it is a reasonably steep approach. It's a little bit moist now. Oi! Yeah. You're on that rock, John. You're on a big rock.
After coming to a standstill, it was hard to get traction again on that steep incline and the soft surface. The inclination of the hill is around 27 degrees.
Front and rear on that big rock. It's time for that turbo. Shit, you can hardly stand here.
You certainly don't want to get that wrong, because it would be a fairly long way down and there are no trees immediately close to the track, so nothing would stop you really.
So another go, different line.
Steve saw John scratching around, so he came up to have a visual inspection.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What was the assessment now, Steve? Here? Okay. So he's gonna go up here. Let's see how that works. Nice. No, yeah, nearly. That's a calm face. Steve, don't do anything wrong. So a little bit of mumbo. I won't say what that was. Rear e-locker. Yeah. Yeah, did you see? John, he will need more runoff because the e-locker is not engaged in the rear. Really? Only when he started climbing, but too late. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, now it did. Good.
that is leaking properly. It's overfilled, so unless the breather's blocked. We had lunch at the lagoon and Steve found a leaking swivel hub. He recently pulled the CV out and must have not aligned that properly when putting back in, but fortunately it wasn't losing too much oil, and yeah, we continued.
Seems like Hilux trouble day.
Yeah, you can't find the ignition key.
Who? Ah, your of your ancient conversion.
It's got a chip
Yeah.
for the original Jackaroo one,
Yes.
and it's searching for it.
Adrian just had a turbo fitted.
Hello.
What happened?
Not a great deal, but it's just the turbo's only been installed since last week, and I just picked it up on Thursday. But as soon as John looked at it, he noticed that this inlet here was a gap from here. So we quickly fixed it up.
Sucked a bit of dirt.
Yeah, well, who knows that, and probably who knows what else.
Yeah, shit.
Hopefully it wasn't solid mud. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we tightened it up, and I'll get a bigger joiner pipe.
Next was Smoko Hill. The last time I tried to drive that with Tiny on the first trip of the day, I broke my stub axle, and that was the end for the trip. So I'm keen to give that another go with the Jeep now, but Dave is first.
It's formidable. Pretty steep already. So last time I broke the stub axle here of Tiny. Beautiful. Shit, that was a big spider on my leg.
Yeah, sorry for losing focus for a second, but I had to remove this fairly big spider from my leg.
Other side, hard right. Yeah. Momentum. You can't crawl it. Yeah, I don't say anything before I've driven it, but ah, yeah. Oh, look. Now they're looking. That's it. front locker, mate.
Front button's not working. It's the same thing, isn't it? Same deal as
Yeah.
Adrian's, yeah.
Was it on? It looks so freaking nothing. Oh. Okay. Beautiful. 30.
Go back, Kurt. Go right out. Everyone there today. Try to drive your wheels up the roof.
Good. That's nice. Very nice. Smoker hill down got to be interesting. Up is interesting enough, and down is, yeah, you can't see much. Got to follow your spotter really, and it is a steep hill, steep steps. Don't want to get that wrong, that's for sure. So, Steve, tell me, what is that art? Is that Andy Warhol?
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
You might want to turn that off for a second.
someone is stuck down there.
Is it what, on Lemon Tree bypass?
I don't know, you will know now.
I bet it's on Lemon Tree. I bet it's in
On the tree.
Yeah, on the.
Yeah.
I bet it's on the cesspit. Yeah, it'll be Lemon Tree where there's that water.
The cops got a call to recover a stuck vehicle in the Watagans, but they weren't really prepared for that. We had a look around for the vehicle, but someone else recovered that already, so all was good. On the last track of the day, we heard Curdy calling out, so we went back and he got himself in a little bit of a pickle there.
Drive. Is the front wheel turning?
It's not too much mud.
Yeah, okay. That's a long spool. Nah. He winches the diff in the.
Yeah, can he have this?
Yeah, let the pressure a bit go. Let it go. Winch a bit out, and gently assist while you winch. But start with gentle drive and then winch. Yeah.
That spot certainly has Curdy's name on it. I believe last time he was stuck the same way and winched out there. So somehow bad karma for him there.
Yes. That's it. Sorry, Steve, I heard some banging and I saw some hammers.
And some slime.
So I thought,
I bet my bracket.
what is that? The bracket for the...
Bracket for the thing.
That's alright. What happened to the compressor?
Magic smoke came in.
Shit. What compressor do you have?
Kurt's one.
The thumper?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Time for a proper compressor.
Yes.